for CIOs in their digital transformation journey, APIs can be a real game changer for many reasons. Either internally, they can use APIs to accomplish the promise of agility, right? That has been driven by web services in the past. Let's say if they were too complex to implement, so reusability has not been possible thanks to the old protocols at the time, right? So we have a new generation of web services that we call APIs, right? That deliver the same value, right? It's like the train and the plane, right? From going point B to point A, right? But with different ways. And APIs enable a more agile way to achieve this reusability and agility into the development cycle, because they're based on other type of architectural styles, other type of standards, and of design patterns that enable to scale where others were not able to scale. Right? So APIs can change the company from the inside, but also from the outside. Because if you follow some examples of great companies who open their assets, internal assets, they could generate like completely new businesses, working to partners or working with developers in the outside world. They could make completely new businesses. So CIOs can leverage that opportunity for the companies with the condition of security. And so APIs are this programmable and automated way to make software interact with another software. And so you can apply the policy and the security in the API communication. So internally for finally achieve the promise of agility and reusability of services, and externally for innovation and for business extensions with third-party partners with the right security. A lot of people talk about API strategy, right? I advise CIO to have a digital strategy and to see how APIs can help this digital strategy. Most of the time it can help, but so don't tie your strategy to your APIs, but tie your APIs into your strategy. This is really the message I wanted to give to CIOs today. And so for that, they can, if their strategy is for increased reusability, they will incentivize teams and they will make APIs with internal guidelines to be sure that all the APIs published in the company follow the company movement and strategy about rationalizing IT. If the strategy is mostly to make B2B partnership, so now APIs should be thought to be externalizable at any time. So the guidelines of the company, the design guidelines and the security guidelines would be to design APIs that could be open to the outside world at any time with the right timing. So it changed a lot of things, it implies a lot of things for CIOs to decide what's the strategy and what are the best API to achieve that strategy, right? Either for internal purposes or external purposes. You can, at some point, APIs will change the whole company, but you have limited resources and time. So where do you invest the most of your IT expenses? And APIs can help in that way. So the main challenges today for CIOs and the pitfalls that they may see is that thinking APIs are a technical topic only. So only speaking with IT, making it an IT discussion involving just the developers and the architects and the data officers and not involving the business. So all the success I've seen so far in the industry is when the CIO were taking the leadership of making the IT talk to the business, align business objectives with IT implementations. That also helps IT to get budget, right? Sometimes they never have budget, and this is why they say no to most of the projects. But it also helps IT to understand business needs, business constraints with the new digital economy, open banking, the B2B sharing economy. And so when IT understand the business needs, that this is the future of their job and their bonuses is tied to the business success, they will stop just saying no, because no is cheap sometimes, just to say no, right? And so they can accept the mandate of the CIO to have a full company movement, right? So really the CIO making the company work and run on two legs, IT and business, and he can be the core and sponsor the first project that will show that IT and business can work together, deliver great software, great APIs that enable faster time to market for business and agility for IT. And when you have one or two great projects internally that have success, then you can show to others the path. You can build a complete center for enablement involving IT and business. So how to build now not just one, two, but like many APIs to change the company from the inside and to be able to change it from the outside. I'll share some examples. I'll just share what I can, right? What examples I'm allowed to share. But let's say there are two types of success. There are digital natives like the Amazon, the Netflix, the Expedia, you know, these kind of companies, where the Salesforce, for example, where they leverage APIs internally to be successful externally. So Amazon, like being able to deliver like Amazon Web Services from internal assets to propose it to the world with with open APIs, right? And so because they were ready to externalize APIs at any time, they thought APIs to be externalizable from the ground up. So they would be able to deliver Amazon Web Services, to open it, and then to scale people and partner on top of their infrastructure, right? So Amazon is one example, but also some banks, for example. So in the new part, right, some banks are opening APIs, payment APIs, credit, loans, and are making a huge ecosystem around them to be able to like either scout new partners so they can invest in the winners, because with APIs they know the consumptions, they know the number of loans or credit that they provide to the community. They can even like copy, right? Some of banks, like, you have a huge ecosystem, and so that nurture their research and innovation, so they can make the same application but at a larger scale. So it's really a great partnership between fintech ecosystem and banks with APIs in the between to be able to leverage the fintech ecosystem. Fintechs use banks' assets. Banks leverage fintech ability to focus and to find new business models. And this is how the partnership works. So Amazon being able to change from the inside and being able to deliver new lines of product that are now huge and also be more agile internally, or banks to nurture an ecosystem that enables to innovate, and so they can learn from that innovation, because banks are too focused on regulations and their internal systems to be able to innovate. So now they can have this balance.